Welcome to this Fundamentals Lesson Plan series on building documentation, sections, and elevations. In this video, we will take a look at adding text notes to an exterior elevation to prepare it for placement on a sheet view. This is video 7 of 9. My name is John Harridge, and I will be your host for today's lesson. Let's look at the learning objectives for video 7. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to add notes with leaders to an elevation view and also use alignment snaps for those notes to get them to align in a vertical plane. With that, let's get started. Okay, to begin this exercise, let's go ahead and open up an existing exercise file. Go ahead and click Open, and then navigate to your tutorial directory. Please open the Building Docs Exercise 07 project file. Again, the purpose of this exercise is to continue with preparing this elevation view by adding annotation callouts for specific items in the exterior elevation view. So if you would, just to give a flavor of what is in the model, if you take your cursor and hover over specific elements, you should see a tooltip that highlights and tells you what that element is. So this will give you a flavor of where we're going with this. All right, so to begin, let's start the text tool, and we can actually use a keyboard shortcut for that. If you type in TX, that should start the text tool for you. And let's go ahead and set the format properties. First, let's make sure that we are using the right text style. We want to use 3 30-seconds of an inch text style. That means the notes will be 3 30-seconds of an inch high when we print out the document at this scale. Now we can go back up to the format panel and make some changes here. We just want to create one segment text notes. And let's go ahead and zoom into the elevation view to place our first note. Let's go ahead and place our first segment of the leader here, and then left click to set the endpoint of that leader, and let's go ahead and enter in 12-inch concrete foundation wall. Left click and space to accept that text note and to create another one. Let's go ahead and call out the stone. So left click to start the leader, left click to end the leader. Let's go ahead and enter in the value retaining wall stone. Left click and space to accept that note and to create another one. Next, let's call out the exterior wall above. For the first line, let's call it out as exterior wall. And then to create a note or a second line underneath it, just hit the enter key once. Let's go ahead and enter brick on metal stud. Left click and space to accept that note. Let's go ahead and pan upwards on the elevation view. Next, let's call out the exterior stucco wall. Go ahead and enter exterior wall stucco. Pan up a little further. Let's go ahead and call out the roof. This will be a 2-line text. Let's give the first line the label roof asphalt shingle. Hit the Enter key to create a second line, and let's go ahead and give it the label Insulated. Left-click and space to accept the note. Select Modify to end the text placement tool. Go ahead and zoom to fit the view. And let's conclude by saving the file. Let's do a file save as. Let's give the file name Building Documents Exercise 7 Finished. Go ahead and click Save after you give it a name. This concludes this exercise. Let's go ahead and take a look at next steps. Let's review the learning objectives for video 7. In this lesson, you were able to add text notes with leaders to an elevation view. And then to keep those lined up, we used alignment snaps. And we also learned how to create notes with 2 lines or multiple lines. With that, let's take a look at Autodesk resources that are available to you. I would like to make you aware of 2 Autodesk resources. The first resource is the Autodesk Education Community, where you can access free software for both students and educators for titles like Autodesk Revit featured in this series. The website address is www.students.autodesk.com. Registration is required to access the free software using either your personal email address or your school-issued email address. The second resource is the Autodesk Digital STEAM Workshop. It's hands-on, project-based learning across multiple industries such as architecture, engineering, and entertainment. The website address is www.digitalsteam.autodesk.com. Registration is required to download the free learning resources using your Autodesk ID created from the Autodesk Education Community. You will find the Fundamentals of Architecture series under the Subject pull-down menu, Architecture link. Assets include step-by-step instructions, datasets, and videos. This concludes this lesson overview summary. Thank you for watching.